Hi, Marcella from Camera Heritage Farm here in Hamilton, Ontario, growing zone 5B. Everybody asks me, what are you doing during the winter? You must be bored. Well, it's a great question. I am very, very, very busy planning, scheduling, making contacts, advertising, and seed planting has begun, so it's so exciting. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit as an experiment, couldn't help myself, but here we go.
Okay, what is Marcella doing?
Okay, so I'm preparing the seed mixture, and I'm putting blood meal in, bone meal, that's for the root systems. I'm putting a fertilizer in that has a high middle number, which both promotes root growth and flower growth. So you can use the same fertilizer for both, for the beginning stages and the flowering stage to promote blooms. And in between, after they've got their first, second, or third true set of leaves, then you're going to change the fertilizer with a higher nitrogen level, which will promote the leaves. And you'll continue that until you want to force them to start forming buds. So we're mixing it up.
What brand of soil is this?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a new one, and I actually really like it. And I've destroyed it. But it's called a TH-2, and it's specifically for germination, rather than just a standard seed mix. And I switched to this late last year, and I found the results were so much better. And so we're going to be using this, amending it. I didn't get the kelp in here. Hopefully later on in the season I get to do that. It's about $600 a bag, wholesale, a big bag. So
Too much.
it's a bit of an investment, and I just want to get the seed started.
Woo!
Anyway, so that's how we're starting our beautiful season, and it's so exciting.
Hey. Nice.
Well, gotta go around.
What are these?
Okay, these are salvia. Now, I've never grown them before, but everybody has seen these incredible plants that are bee magnets, that are an annual, and they are about 24 inches tall, spikes of indigo blue, small florets, and the bees love them. So I'm just doing an experiment. It's really way too early to have started these, but I couldn't help myself.
On January 13th.
January 13th. So this is what they look like. Oops. This is what they look like.
They're fuzzy.
A month and 2 weeks later. So actually pretty good, I would say. But the one thing I need to work on is all the edges don't do so well. So the next one, amaranthus and celosia seed. So again, way too early, but I thought, we've got lots of seed. Oh, and here's the incredible right here. Let me see if I can zone it in there. Those are the celosia that I grew that were almost as tall as my shoulder, and they were magical. So I'm going to be growing a lot more of those this year. I'm going to also start breeding. This is Campanula. This is two different types. This side did better than the other side, as you can see. Again, Campanula is something I didn't do well at. I always put them on the heat mats, and they have to be grown cold. So this year, they're not on heat mats.
This one?
And one of my favorite, we're going to be growing about 2,000 this year, and we're going to do a good job because I'm in charge of watering, and there's no more excuses. And this is Delphinium. They're going to be ready to be transplanted soon. And I don't know why they look a little dry. They dry out really quickly. And they have already 2 sets of true leaves. So they'll probably be ready to go out soon. Lauren is my expert, and she's the only one that uses this machine.
It's fun. It's super easy. So we just did 200 cells of Snapdragon, and now we're moving on to Delphinium.
And how does this work?
Very very easy. It is a tray here. So this one's specifically made for the 200 cells. So there's tiny, tiny little holes all across here. And then right here, it's attached to the vacuum. So essentially there's a little opening here that will suction it and unsuction. So you're putting the seeds on here, lining them up on the holes, and then suctioning it, so when you flip it over, they're stuck in the spots, and then you turn it off and they plop into the cell.
And what's the advantage of this?
Time efficiency and accuracy.
Could you show us how you do it?
Okay, so we're doing Dianthus, not Delphinium, like I said in the last clip, whatever. This guy, that I'll focus. 200 cells of this as well. So it's one of these cell sheets. So essentially what I did, you pour the seeds on it and then you're shaking it so each cell goes on the right hole.
Position.
And then we're gonna vacuum it so it's sealed. So it's gonna be loud for a second, but I won't do it for long, and then I'll show you how it works. So there's sometimes you have to separate some seeds because they're super vacuum sealed, so they're clumping a lot, but that's okay. That's an easy fix. So then the end product will be like perfectly spaced seeds that will be then suctioned really tightly. When you flip it over, it goes right into the cell.
And how much time do you think that saves?
Tons of time. Instead of putting it in the little seeder thing that we used to do with the toothpick, that was far too long. It's fun and meticulous, but far too time consuming.
So a good investment.
Very much so. Thank you, whoever made that again. Johnny's?
Johnny Seed, yeah.
Yeah.